at a certain point, it takes faith to create. Because in creativity, there's always uncertainty. It's okay to have uncertainty, but if you enjoy the process, step by step, you'll see what's coming to you. I was born into a family where my mom was already a photographer. So I just always grew up with the camera. I loved camera, I loved photography. So when I reached a teenage and came here to Canada, like I started shooting some photos of like longboarders because I started longboarding and started making our own longboard videos. And that's when I really started to like love capturing. One day, you reached out and you're like, hey, we have this like conference coming up and like we need a videographer. After going through that whole process with a group of people who are like really passionate about making videos and photos, like I was like, wow, like I really want to do this more. You know what? I was the type of person who would try new things and quit, try new things and quit. And that's exactly how I went into academics as well. Like I would study and like, I don't like this, and then I'll change and like try different things. And this was like the first time I felt like I should commit to something. I think the biggest struggle I had like growing was just never being satisfied with the work that I do. No matter where I am, there's always gonna be someone better than me. My first year into film, I think I told my wife, like, I think I'm gonna quit and try to go back to like a full-time job. And she said, but you're gonna hate that job again and you're gonna quit. What is the main reason why you wanna quit? And I said, I don't think I'm really growing in my work. She said, even though right now you feel like you're quitting, you just gotta trust the process.
So the question is, how to keep going? Is that that's the general gist? I think what I've come to realize working in this space is it's really about identity. So if you identify as a filmmaker, or if you identify as a YouTuber, or if you identify as a creative in a particular direction, you're gonna have ups and downs, but I think it's really leaning into your identity at the end of the day that kind of gets you through the valleys, but also doesn't keep you so high on the mountaintops either. It's like, no, this is a result of my hard work. When stuff does work out, and when it doesn't, I would be doing this stuff for free anyways, which if you are a YouTuber starting out, you might be doing it for free. So I think, yeah, just lean into figuring out who you are, and you might, decide, I thought I was a filmmaker, I thought I was a YouTuber, and then after a couple weeks, months, years into it, you're like, you know what, turns out, I'm glad I did that experiment, but turns out I'm not a YouTuber, but I discovered this next thing that I'm super stoked about.
I wanted to be a YouTuber. Yeah. And I think I tried for like 3 months. After 3 months, I realized I don't want to be a YouTuber. This is like not my thing.
Had you not done that experiment of trying YouTube, you wouldn't have known fully. And you might have, like, if you went straight into like traditional doc making, you might be like, oh man, maybe I could have been a YouTuber. But the fact that you knew that you did that experiment, didn't work out, or it wasn't what you thought it was, and you can be confident on the next thing.
Yeah, I thought I was really creative, and I realized I'm not that creative. At a certain point, I learned to know my capacity and start to rely on different people who has different types of capacity than me in different areas of making film. And I think that's when the real growth starts to happen. If you really want to do some creative work, especially like in film, I would totally say, don't quit. And I say that with confidence right now, but I still think about quitting all the time. And I still have to rely on a lot of people to tell me to my face, don't quit. Yeah, you know what? That's true. There are a lot of like creative, talented people who just like get there really fast. But I think a lot of people just keep going. Yeah. They trust the process and enjoy the process, and they just keep going.